Hey there, first grade. Welcome back to another remote learning math lesson with Mr. Enzi. Today, we are going to take a look at some pairs of objects. Let's take a look as I shrink myself into the corner. Today, we are going to be doing grade 1, lesson 2.2, introducing two-fisted penny addition. And that game is found in Connect Ed, our online math component. So today we are going to be looking at what exactly are pairs. Well, pairs are two parts that go together. Kind of like this picture here. I have two of them that go together. This is a picture of some socks. It's a picture of a pair of socks. Two parts that go together. Here's another pair. Eyes. The eyes are a pair of objects. Two of them that go together. And then we also have our hands. Our hands are pairs. Two objects that go together. Now, the neat thing about our hands is that we have a certain amount of fingers. On one hand, we have 5 fingers, and on the other hand, we have another 5 fingers, and that gives us 10 fingers. And then each of my hands kind of has a different name. This hand here is Mr. Enzi's left hand. Has 5 fingers. And this hand here is Mr. Enzi's right hand. I hold a pencil with my right hand. I wonder if you hold a pencil with your right hand also. Some students hold the pencil with their left hand. It depends. Sometimes we're born holding the pencil certain ways. So those hands, the left hand and the right hand, are going to be important today. And here's why. Today we are going to be looking at some pairs of numbers that add to 10. They add up to our hands. Two numbers that will add to 10. Well, I like to use pennies to show this. And I'm going to start with 10 pennies. And every one of my pennies, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in my right hand. Here they are. You make sure you count for me and make sure I have 10 pennies. Now, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my right hand has 10 pennies. How many are in my left hand? 0. I'm going to write that down because we just found a pair of numbers. I can have 0 in my left hand and 10 pennies in my right hand. And those are two numbers that would add to 10. Let's go and move a penny. I'm going to take this penny and move it to my left hand. Let's count our pennies now. How many pennies are in my left hand? This time I have 1 penny. I'm going to go ahead and write 1 for my left hand. How many pennies are in my right hand? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This time we have 9 pennies. That means I found another pair of numbers. I can have 1 penny and 9 pennies, and that would equal 10. 1 and 9 more would equal 10. Wow. Let me move another penny. How many pennies do we have now in our left hand? This time we have 2 pennies. I'm going to go ahead and write the 2. I wonder how many pennies we have now in our right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pennies in our right hand. We found another pair of numbers that equal 10. I can have 2 and 8, and that equals 10. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pennies. I'm going to move another penny over. Wow! How many pennies are there now in my left hand? In my left hand, I have 3 pennies. I'm going to write the number 3 for my left hand. How many pennies are now in our right hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pennies in our right hand. We found another pair of numbers. 3 and 7 equals 10. Wow! All by using 10 pennies. Let me move another penny. How many pennies do I have now in my left hand? This time I have 4 pennies. I'm going to go ahead and write 4 pennies. How many pennies do I have in my right hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pennies. We found another pair of numbers that add up to 10. 4 and 6 gives me 10. Wow! All right, I'm going to move another penny. This time I'm going to move the penny into my left hand. How many pennies are in my left hand now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many pennies are in my right hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 5 gives me 10. I'm going to write that in my chart. 5 pennies in my left hand, 5 pennies in my right hand equals 10. We found another pair of numbers that equal 10. Wow! I can keep going and keep moving my pennies. I now have 6 pennies and 4 pennies. 7 pennies, 3 pennies. 8 pennies, 2 pennies. 9 pennies, 1 penny. 10 pennies and 0 pennies. Wow! We found lots of pairs of numbers that equal 10. You are going to be playing a game today called Two-Fisted Penny Addition, located in ConnectEd. Let me show you how to play that game. So you are going to be logging into ClassLink by scanning your card, your quick card, and then you will be able to click on the McGraw-Hill Education app, where you will enter ConnectEd. Remember, when you're in ConnectEd, you want to look for the Everyday Math Games Online, right where the spinner is, and tap on it to begin. All of our really cool games will appear, but today we're going to play a game called Two-Fisted Penny Addition. Now, this is a game that you can play with only one player. So you're going to want to make sure you have the one player icon highlighted. When you find Two-Fisted Penny Addition, go ahead and tap on it and choose Addition 10. You'll see the big number 10. Let's start. Oh, I'll pick my color.
Let's play Two-Fisted Penny Addition with 10 pennies. Here we go. Enter the total number of pennies.
So I want to count and make sure I have my pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 pennies. Have to hit OK.
Enter the number of pennies in one hand as one of the parts.
Wow. 1, 2, 3. I see 3 pennies.
Enter the number of pennies in the other hand as the other part.
I don't know how many there are. I can't see it. But if I have 10 fingers and I already have 3 pennies, how many fingers are hiding? So I can count. 3 that I have, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many fingers am I holding up? 7. I got it right.
All right. Let's record that combination.
We just made a pair.
Enter the total number of pennies.
Our first pair was 3 plus 7. How many pennies? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Enter the number
Oh
of
my.
pennies in one hand as one of the parts.
I don't see any pennies. There's 0 pennies.
Enter the number of pennies in the other hand as the other part.
Well, I need 10 pennies, and right now I have 0. That means there must be 10 pennies hidden.
All right.
Correct again.
Let's record that combination.
All right, my first grade mathematicians, go ahead and play Two-Fisted Penny Addition so that you can become better at identifying pairs of numbers that add up to 10. See you soon. Have a great day.